What if one Chinese SUV could single-handedly destroy decades of European automotive dominance? The Zeekr 7X just arrived in Europe, and the numbers coming out are so shocking that BMW, Mercedes, and Audi executives are having emergency meetings behind closed doors. When Zeekr started taking orders for the 7X in December 2024 across Netherlands, Sweden, and Norway, something unprecedented happened that sent shockwaves through Stuttgart, Munich, and Ingolstadt. The response was so overwhelming that European car executives realized they weren't just facing competition. They were witnessing the beginning of their worst nightmare becoming reality. The fear started with a simple but devastating fact that no European brand wants to admit. Chinese carmakers have already doubled their European market share to 5.9% in just May 2025 alone, and this happened before Zeekr even properly launched the 7X across Europe. But here's what will absolutely blow your mind. BYD, just one Chinese brand, outsold Mercedes in June 2025, registering 15,565 cars and placing among Europe's top 25 brands. When a single Chinese company can outsell one of Germany's most prestigious brands, you know the entire automotive world has shifted. But the Zeekr 7X represents something far more terrifying for European brands than just another competitor. This SUV combines three elements that European manufacturers thought were impossible to achieve together: premium luxury, cutting-edge technology, and an affordable price point that makes their offerings look ridiculously overpriced. The 7X earned a perfect 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, matching the best European SUVs, while delivering 630 horsepower and charging speeds that leave German engineering looking outdated. The most shocking revelation comes from what's happening inside European boardrooms right now. BMW's China sales just dropped 30% in a single quarter, their steepest decline in more than 4 years. Mercedes deliveries in China fell 13% as customers abandoned expensive models like the S-Class and Maybach for Chinese alternatives. But here's the mind-blowing part. This collapse in China is now spreading to Europe, and the Zeekr 7X is leading the charge. European brands built their reputation on 3 pillars that they believed were unshakable: superior engineering, premium materials, and advanced technology. The Zeekr 7X just shattered all 3 assumptions with features that sound like science fiction. The SUV comes equipped with fully autonomous driving capabilities, roof-mounted LiDAR sensors, and dual NVIDIA Orin X chips that process information faster than most European infotainment systems can even boot up. When automotive journalists drove the 7X in Europe, they concluded that Western manufacturers are no longer global leaders in automotive technology. What's causing absolute panic in European executive suites is the Zeekr 7X's pricing strategy. While BMW charges over $60,000 for a basic X3, and Mercedes demands similar prices for their GLC, the Zeekr 7X delivers superior performance, more advanced technology, and better build quality at a price point that makes European SUVs look like luxury tax schemes. The 7X offers 537 liters of boot space, almost matching the highly practical Skoda Enyaq, while providing acceleration and technology that European brands can't match even in their flagship models. The fear becomes even more intense when you realize what Zeekr represents beyond just one SUV. This is Geely's luxury and performance division, the same company that owns Volvo, Polestar, and Lotus. Zeekr has access to Swedish safety engineering, British performance expertise, and Chinese manufacturing efficiency. They've created the perfect storm that combines the best of all automotive worlds, while European brands are still stuck in old-fashioned thinking about national automotive superiority. European manufacturers are scrambling because they're realizing a terrifying truth. They've been charging premium prices for outdated technology, while Chinese brands like Zeekr have been quietly developing superior products. The 7X's state-of-the-art digital cockpit with intuitive 5G connectivity makes European infotainment systems look like they belong in museums. The ultra-fast charging capability means Zeekr owners spend less time at charging stations than European EV drivers spend explaining why they pay twice as much for inferior technology. The most devastating blow to European pride comes from the Zeekr 7X's expansion strategy. After successfully launching in Netherlands and Sweden, Zeekr is rapidly expanding into Germany, France, Denmark, and Norway, the heartland of European automotive manufacturing. They're not just entering these markets, they're systematically targeting the exact customer segments that BMW, Mercedes, and Audi have relied upon for decades. Families who previously bought German SUVs are now choosing Chinese alternatives that offer more space, better technology, and superior value. Here's what will absolutely shock you about the current situation. Stellantis, which includes brands like Peugeot and Fiat, has already lost 1.4% market share in just 1 year as Chinese brands continue growing. All Chinese brands combined now occupy nearly as much European market share as Mercedes-Benz, one of Germany's most established luxury manufacturers. This isn't gradual competition. This is rapid displacement of European automotive dominance. The psychological impact on European car buyers is causing executives to lose sleep. When customers realize they can get Zeekr 7X's advanced autonomous driving, premium materials, and cutting-edge connectivity for thousands less than a basic German SUV, the value proposition becomes undeniable. European brands have spent decades convincing customers to pay premium prices for the privilege of owning German or Italian engineering. But the Zeekr 7X proves that Chinese engineering has not only caught up, but surpassed traditional European standards. What makes the situation even more alarming for European brands is Zeekr's future expansion plans. Australia, Singapore, and additional European markets are all scheduled for Zeekr entry, meaning this Chinese assault on European automotive dominance is just beginning. The 7X represents the first wave of Chinese premium vehicles that will systematically challenge every assumption European customers have about automotive quality and value. The most mind-blowing revelation is how European manufacturers are responding to this threat. Instead of improving their technology or reducing prices, many are lobbying for protective tariffs and trade barriers. This defensive strategy reveals their deepest fear. They cannot compete with the Zeekr 7X on merit, technology, or value. So they're hoping political intervention will slow down the inevitable market shift toward Chinese automotive superiority. The answer to why European brands fear the Zeekr 7X is both simple and revolutionary. This single SUV represents the end of European automotive dominance and the beginning of a new era where Chinese manufacturers set the standards for luxury, technology, and value. European brands aren't just losing customers, they're losing their entire identity as automotive leaders. The Zeekr 7X proves that the future of premium automotive engineering isn't being written in Germany, Italy, or Sweden. It's being written in China, and European manufacturers are terrified they can't compete with what's coming next.